I'm about to bring the team up. But one thing I wanted to mention before is that, so for those of you who know me, I've been an entrepreneur all my life. I've been starting companies, hardware companies, software companies, semiconductor companies, and I have been extremely lucky to be able to work with the absolute best and brightest people here in Austin, East Coast, West Coast, and there's no greater thrill than to work with an extremely smart team to get something accomplished. And I've done 6 so far. Oh, wait a minute, this is number 7. This is my 7th startup, guys. And I tell you what, I've had a chance again to work with some of the best and the brightest. I'd stack these guys up and their accomplishments up against any one of the startups I had for sheer willpower, stick-to-itiveness, if that's a word, and ability to get stuff done when you're not supposed to. They have no right getting some of this stuff done, but they do. So with that, I'd like to bring up our team. Ben, Rachel, Akshay, come on. So yes, sit by your name.
You're in the middle, Rich.
You're in the middle, Rich. That's good. We didn't think about that part. Go ahead and have a seat. Let's have a seat and let's see what happens. I think you might be just on the bottom end there. There we go. We're good. So I'm going to turn over the team at this point. They're going to introduce themselves, and I will be your click person. So someone beep or squeak whenever you want me to advance the slides. And they're going to walk us through the journey they've had over the past many months.
All right, well, I guess that means I start off. So I'm a team lead and software person, as well as being one of the hand models in our commercial, unfortunately. So, I mean, beyond doing the ChapR stuff, which isn't a lot, unfortunately, I like watching movies and working on our software. So.
Hey guys. Most of you probably already know me, and a lot of you probably know me as Bruce. I'm the hardware guy, and I like soldering.
Beat that object.
So, apparently my name's Akshay, and I'm on the ChapR team, just a heads up. I guess I do marketing, customer relations. I also do whatever they don't really want to do, and other than this, I'm on the FRC team. I talk to Jake sometimes, you know. And then I'm also in orchestra, and I play the lead with Sun.
Okay, so just squeak for people with.
I can't speak on camera.
Okay.
Sorry. All right.
All right. So this is actually Coach Ross's idea. This is kind of our inspiration for the ChapR. It's just an NXT with a lot of touch sensors. So basically, we wanted to take that idea and make it something that other teams could use. Because not everyone's going to want to strap together an NXT and some touch sensors. So we went ahead and thought we'd try to make the ChapR.
Okay, so from there, we went on to decide what exactly it was that we wanted. And so the first part of product development was standing in front of a whiteboard and drawing it out. And so I actually hunted down the picture of our first idea of what the ChapR should be. It's not as glamorous as it is now, but from the very beginning, we knew exactly what we wanted it to do, down to how many buttons and how many LEDs we wanted. So as you've hopefully gotten by now, the idea is to control robots without a PC. So you plug in joysticks, it sends off magical Bluetooth commands, and your robot moves hopefully how you would like it to.
Okay, so this is version 1.0 with this is our very first prototype. It's over there if you want to go see it after. But we used a Arduino, which is a pretty big.
It's the
it's a
Arduino
CPU.
Uno.
Yeah, it's basically used for commanding all our other parts, which is a Bluetooth module and a USB port called a VDIP, which takes in user interface commands and passes them onto the Arduino, and then the Bluetooth, which sets it to your brain. And so this is pretty big. It has a belt clip. You can see Ben modeling it in the top right picture. And then this is what we took to nationals last year, or internationals last year.
else?
The whole idea is that we took off-the-shelf parts and put them together like anyone else could have, but evidently did not.
Yeah. And so this is our market analysis. So we went to Globals in St. Louis with this version 1 prototype and just did what we call guerrilla marketing, which is going around to every single person that we see and say, "Hi, have you seen the ChapR? It's awesome. Why don't you try it out?" And so we all just hung around by the drive pits, and whenever we saw someone with that insanely long 10-foot USB cable that we all know the teams have, we said, "Why don't you just try the ChapR?" Brochures and
Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah. So,
Is this you?
I was just gonna say that after chucking a bunch of business cards and flyers at various teams, the whole point of it was to figure out if people would actually pay money for something like this. I mean, from the start we knew it was useful and we'd want it, but would they pay $100 for it? And we found out that yes, indeed, teams wanted to know when we would have them. There was some guy who we marked down as our interest level 11 who wanted to join the team from Missouri or something like that. And so it was a success. We came back and we decided we had something people would actually want and be willing to pay for.
So, this is version 0.2 of the ChapR. It's a bit closer in terms of size to what you can see today. Everything's laid out a bit differently than it is over there. But this is essentially pocket-sized if you have really big pockets. The toggle switch, I have to say, is by far Rachel's favorite component of the ChapR.
That's the blue LED.
Okay, she likes the blue LED a bit more. Yeah, she likes those.
Close second.
Yeah.
So this is what Coach Rothfuss and I worked on in a program called Eagle. Basically, we just took all the components we needed and linked them together with lots of green wires. It looks complex, but it's just a lot of connecting wires.
Green wire. Yeah, I'll take this one. So after we made our ChapR version 0.2, we decided that, wow, we actually need some way to get information to these people. And so we came up with our website, hosted by Weebly, and right now it's going through some remodelings. But basically what it is it's a place for all information on the ChapR. You can figure out how to build your own, you can buy it, you can ask us questions. Our entire, I don't know.
All of our software is up there as well as some super long and complex terms of service that our lawyer wrote for us.
They're very well done.
Yes, they're very well done, because I had to read through all of them for errors, so.
They asked me to read the terms of service.
That was your cue.
So, this probably looks pretty similar to version 0.2, but we rearranged some stuff, made it look nice.
Got that blue LED on there.
Added push buttons so that you could have a kill switch, and yeah, it looks a lot nicer. I like it.
So some other components that we added was the blue LED that Rachel was so hung up on, and the push buttons, which allow us to like toggle on and off, wait for start, as well as have a timeout. A problem that we encountered with the toggle switch is we'd leave it on and then it would die. But with this, it just times out after like 10 minutes of no use. So
But yeah, okay. Alright, from there, we took our prototype and went out and gave it to a local Austin team to see if they could figure out our super complicated user interface and use our device with a grand total of 2 buttons and 2 LEDs. And so then we asked them to give us feedback and see if they had any problems with it. And so as we on the board, they really liked it, and so this is in the email they sent to us. They said all 6 of their teams were fighting over it, which was rather flattering.
just dying.
Just dying to get it. And so it's just another go-ahead for us to go out and move on to our release board. and this is our release version. And I get to talk about it because it has a picture of our software on it. So like Akshay said earlier, we used a hobbyist board that anybody could get online, and it's written in a combination of C and C++. Lots of lines of code, bunch of subclasses, really technical. I wasn't allowed to include our flowchart, so you don't get the detailed version. But we made some minor changes to the board, and it was ready to go and actually sell to people.
All right, so this is my favorite part of the chapter. There's some like unnecessary safety equipment up there. But the gist of it is you take a hot piece of metal,
And
touch it to some other metal, put it on the board, and then you have a chapter.
So what that means is that we went through a process to bring on new recruits and make sure they were able to do this incredibly difficult task of starting, well, so it really was based on who wanted to be on the team and would be able to carry it on after we were gone. So we went through the interview process of our little startup here, and then we taught them how to use the soldering station and our construction instructions and our safety equipment and all of that stuff that
I don't think
should
any
be,
of them actually use
should be,
safety.
should be.
Okay, business model, listen to me. So, our business model right now is we sell 3 ChapRs and then we give 1 to a team in need. Right now, we've sold the actual ChapR itself for $100, a kit of parts that you can make for yourself for $90, and then a ChapR plus a programmer, which allows you to edit the code and update the code for an extra $15, and then there's a $10 shipping and handling fee because we shipped it to.
I didn't get my cue there.
Like this.
We've shipped it to all these places. The green ones are the ones that we've shipped for teams in need, and the red ones are the ones that we paid, the people that have paid. I think it's at 30. We've shipped out like 32 ChapRs, 38 ChapRs made. So we shipped 30, and then we're shipping one to Australia sometime soon.
Good to have a question.
I have a question. Did anybody other than an FTC team ask to purchase these?
Yeah, in California, someone from Lego has one of the ChapRs. He's not on an FTC team. He's just by himself playing with robots.
Did you guys get the purchase order from Alamo?
I don't know, actually.
I know that hasn't been submitted, but also we've had a lot of educators who want to work with it. So we have this one lady, who, I don't know if we can tell you her name, but she ordered 12 of them. And for a summer camp, and so that she could let kids drive robots, because that's really the best way to get engaged. I mean, a lot of our competitions turned into babysitting small children who wanted to drive around robots, and that's great. So it's a market we haven't really looked into yet, but has been coming to us.
So guys, this is a perfect opportunity to ask questions. We've got a few minutes, extra minutes, because after this, we're going to get into the signing proper. So if there's anything you want to know about them starting out this company of theirs, coming up with the ideas, building the ChapR, anything of that nature is perfect timing for us.
Currently, from just raw parts, how long does it take to put one together?
30 to 45 minutes.
That depends. Are you Ben or are you a new recruit?
How long does it take Ben?
I could probably do it in an hour. I'd do the board in 45 and the case in 15.
You can do it faster than that.
He can beat me now.
You should be doing it fast.
You can do it.
Any other questions?
How much faster does the new recruit do it?
Shots fired.
I would say about 30 minutes.
Wait, 30 minutes or 30 minutes fast?
Well, it's the same.
So I know that you designed this for FTC. Are there other use models other than FTC for the ChapR?
Right now, we're trying to make the ChapR work with the FRC robots as well. And we are planning to do a ChapR FCS, which allows teams with ChapRs to run something similar to the current FTC FCS and a Wi-Fi ChapR as well.
And an
And the-
FCS is a field control system.
Oh, yeah. Forgot.
Field control system.
Yeah.
Right?
So, have any distributors showed interest in distributing these for you?
We've had some interest from AndyMar, but not all that much. We decided that we were gonna do the first probably like 100 by ourselves, and then once the orders get too much for us to handle, then we'll probably give it off to someone else who will distribute it for us.
So we actually discussed a number of 50 because I didn't want to be known for the Westlake sweatshop. But it actually is a tremendous experience. The kids that do soldering can get some hours as well, some community service hours. And it's just neat to be able to build something and then have someone else use that. So guys, let's go ahead and move on. These guys, you all know these guys, so you can go ask them any more questions.